Well, good morning, everybody. We will start off with our safety disclaimer the way we always do. These classes and what I say are not medical advice. Please consult with your healthcare professionals before making changes to manage your health. This presentation does not represent Parkinson Canada's endorsement of products or treatment related to Parkinson disease. This presentation is meant to provide general information. If you have specific questions about managing Parkinson disease for yourself or for others, please contact info@parkinson.ca, or you can always call 1-800-565-3000. Well, good morning, everybody. This is your at-home workout class. I think we're at class number 53, brought to you by Parkinson Canada. My name is Lance Letain, and I am the events coordinator here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. And if you're new to this class, welcome. It's great to have you on board. If you're a veteran of these classes, I want to thank you for your patronage. It is awesome having you on board. So these live broadcasts are brought to you every Tuesday and Thursday mornings, and that is at 8 a.m. Central Time, 9 a.m. Eastern, 10 o'clock on the Atlantic coast, and of course our good neighbors in Saskatchewan and Alberta, that is at 7 o'clock in the morning, and in beautiful British Columbia it's 6 o'clock in the morning. These classes are all recorded and they are posted. You can find them on the Parkinson Canada Manitoba Facebook group page, and you can also find them on the Parkinson YouTube channel. These classes are part of Parkinson Canada Super Walk movement. It's a monthly challenge designed to help you meet your 150 minutes of regular exercise per week. And so the month of May, we were looking at the predicted exercise. June was your chance to dance. July, we had all these recorded classes. August, this month right now, we are looking at the 100,000 step challenge. And of course, next, which is only a few weeks away, sorry about that, gang, is the Parkinson Canada Super Walk itself. For those of you that haven't registered yet for the Parkinson Canada Super Walk, it's not too late. We are taking a look. The walk is going to be on Saturday, September the 12th, and this year's walk, due to the current health pandemic that we're living through, is a virtual super walk. So we are encouraging you to be walking with family and friends in your community, in your neighborhood, just because we can't have the large collective gathering that we've had in the past. We're scaling it down, but yes, we are still raising funds for Parkinson Canada so that we can continue to provide the programming for you if you're living with Parkinson disease or your caregivers. And of course, Parkinson Canada puts a lot of money towards research because we'd like to find a cure to Parkinson disease. If you haven't yet registered, well, like I said, the best way to do it would be to go to our webpage, and that webpage is www.superwalk.ca. It's a brand new site this year, much easier to navigate your way through, to be able to join a team, to be able to start a team. And speaking of teams, I would definitely encourage you to get on a team or to start a team. The growth and development and being able to raise more money is exponential when you are on a team or a part of a team. Let's also connect with others like-minded on the same cause, and you're just a part of the group. It's nice to be a part of a team. Okay, we have some shout outs. First and foremost, Pete. It was so nice to hear from you, Pete. Pete said that he has a hard time taking in the live broadcast because he golfs at this time of the day. Pete has been a regular participant in these classes. He contributes a lot, and so he watches the recorded classes more often than not. So Pete, it is great having you on board. Big shout out to Holly, Valerie, Cheryl, Lorinda, Louise, Audrey, Donna, Doug, Dawn, Karen, Joan and Ken, Betty and Rick, Remy and Dana, Monique and Dave, and of course Janice Horn. She is fantastic. She is doing the Super Walk Rocks with us this year. So she has gathering rocks, painting rocks, and placing them in and around her community for people to find. There's usually an inspiring message related to Parkinson's disease. It's just creating awareness. It's also a nice release for her, and it could be a release for you as well, to express yourself, let others know how you're feeling. So talk about some of the benefits here. So I don't know if you've ever heard of the term synaptic pruning. It's a concept when your body starts eliminating pathways in your nervous system that aren't being used. It's just trying to be more efficient. So to combat the synaptic pruning through exercise and learning and development. By exercising, we're creating more muscle fibers, or at least we're maintaining the muscle fibers that we're having, so we're not going to be losing anything. We have those muscle fibers, there's going to be the signals being sent back and forth via the nervous system, so that there's going to be a reduction in the pruning. It'd be nice to have some growth and development. It does get harder as we get older, but at least we can maintain what we do have. Yes, Parkinson's disease is a progressive disease, but if we can, ideally, that's what we'd like to be able to do. Some of the other benefits, we're looking at improved gait and functional ability, slowness of bone loss, fewer aches and pains during activity, prevent and reduce joint problems, improve mood and self-confidence. I'm telling you today, I just really wasn't feeling too hot about exercising, but I know it's one of those things that once you're done, you're going to feel better about what you're doing, and it's an improvement in your mood and self-confidence. You're going to maintain a safe and healthy body weight. You're going to improve your balance and posture. You know how we're talking about balance and posture quite a bit in this. It's a great way to be able to do that. Strengthen your body, both for pre-surgery and improve your recovery time. As we get older, you know, we get knee surgeries, we get hip replacements. Yes, the more active that you are before, your body will heal a little bit faster. It maintains stronger muscles. Like I said, it does get harder to increase our muscles, but at least we can maintain what we do have. And perhaps the most important thing is an improved quality of life. All right, gang. So for that, we are going to be getting into our cardio. So for today's class, we will be using, I'm using tomatoes again. You can use hand weights, therabands like this. You can definitely use that when we get into our strength training. And if you don't necessarily need it, we can gravity, and we're going to be doing it nice, slow, and pretty tough in itself. All right, with that, let's get going here. There we go. Okay, well, it's a beautiful August morning here. You know, we're going to start off our workout classes the same way every single time. I'm going to ask you to straight. We're going to pull our shoulders back. We're going to close our eyes. We're going to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Last time, in through your nose and out through your mouth. There we go. All right, sorry about that. Just started with a new internet provider yesterday, so things might be a little bit different. Okay, so from there we are going to do our slap, clap, and snap. We are going to slap our thighs 5 times, clap our hands 5 times, and then snap our fingers 5 times. We're going from 5 down to 1. All right, sorry about that, gang. I'm back here. All right, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, okay, so part of our warm-up is that we're getting our body ready for exercise, but we're also getting our mind ready for exercise. We're preparing to be able to follow some cues, to follow my directions. That's part of the executive functioning, and that can be affected with living with Parkinson's disease. Okay, from here we're going to do some ankle rotations. We're going to rotate our ankles one way and the other. Other way. Rotating your ankles. And other leg. Rotate your ankles. And the other way. Okay, from here we're going to go into waving. Waving with one hand. Stop. Waving with the other hand. Back to the first hand. Continue waving. And back to the first hand. From here we're going to go into some punches. So punch out and back. Other arm out and back. Out and back. Out and back. 4, 3, 2, and now we're going to punch up in the air. We're going to go up and down, up and down. If it hurts too much for you to punch your hand up above your head like this, you can just continue to punch out in front. That works for me. Again, we're just warming up our body. Up and down. Up and down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, from there, we're going to do some stationary heel tapping. Let's think of our posture, sitting up nice and straight. Tap, 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 and tap. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 and tap. Tap, 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 tap. Other foot. Tapping your heels. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 and tap. Tap, 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 tap. Now we're going to do our toes. Tapping your toes. Alright, so we're approaching the end of our warm-up here. Switching feet, tapping your toe. So now we're going to be getting into the cardiovascular section of our class here. So we're going to be looking at about 15 to 20 minutes of continuous movement. If you get lost anywhere along the ways through the choreography or any of my instructions, the big thing is for you to just keep on moving. We want to try and keep our heart rate up, keep our breathing rate up. Before we get into our cardio cool down, then we'll do our strength training, our balance training, some stretching, and then finish things off with our Parkinson specific exercises. Alright, so if you are ready now, you can grab a sip of water. Just make sure you put your water bottle aside so it's not going to be a tripping hazard. And we are going to get into our cardio now. So let's start off with a march, just a slow march, just our legs. This can all be done from a seated position, but if you prefer to stand up, by all means, you can stand up. Slow march to start off with. So yes, we are going to be bringing our breathing rate up and our heart rate up. And we want to get it closer towards the vigorous end of the intensity scale. When what I mean by vigorous is that you're going to be able to exercise, but it's going to be challenging for you, excuse me, to talk. You can still talk, but it's going to take a little bit of effort to talk. If you find that maybe you're able to sing and exercise at the same time, well then you know your intensity level is not intense enough. So you either need to go a little bit faster, or you need to make your movements more exaggerated, make your movements larger. Or you can have a combination of the two. So we're going to be on a bit of a roller coaster right now. We're just starting things off. March, 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 and march. March, 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 march. Okay, so let's add in our upper body. The more muscle groups we have moving, the better it is. Let's think of your posture. Shoulders back. Let's pick up the pace just a little bit. March, 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 march. March, 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 march. March, 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 and march. March, 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 march. Okay, so as I said, one way that we can make it more intense is by having larger movements. And if we want larger movements with marching, that could mean bringing your knees up higher. Just like this. Up and up. Up and up. Up and up. Up and up. All right. This is one of those things that is much more challenging to do from a seated position than a standing position. So if you're able to do all this from a seated position, good on you. Right on. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. March it out. Alright, that was tough. March, 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 march. March, march. March, march. March, 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 and march. March, march. March, march. Okay, so again, another way to make it more intense is by going faster. So we're going to pick up the pace even more. So it's like a nice slow jog almost. March, 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 march. March, 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 march. March, 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 and march. March, 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 march. All right, so let's pick up the pace just even a tad bit more here before we get into our wides and narrows. Here we go. March, 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 and march. March, 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 march. March, 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 and march. March, 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 march. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slow it down. All right. So now we're going to get into our wides and narrows. It's going to look, we're going to go just like this. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Narrow, narrow. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Narrow, narrow. Narrow, narrow. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Narrow, narrow. Narrow, narrow. Narrow, narrow. All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slow it down, just keep it narrow. All right, so from here, no arms, just our legs. Again, this is a really tough thing to do from a seated position. March, 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 march. March, 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 march. Okay, as I said, it's a bit of a roller coaster, so we're going to have some intense levels. It's going to be the up, then we're going to bring it down a little bit before we go up one more time. All right, standing still. Now we're just going to roll our arms. Roll our arms going forward. We're slowly going to build up and stop. Now we're going to go backwards. If this is a new movement for you, this is good. We want to create learning. We want to be able to combat that synaptic pruning. And you're going to feel this in your shoulders, in your triceps. Okay, going forward now. All right, so what can we do with our lower body to add to this? How about some heel taps? Tap, tap, and tap. Tap, 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 and tap. 4, 3, 2, and 1. No arms, just our legs. All right. Tap and tap. Tap and tap. Tap and tap. Tap and tap. Okay, so let's pick up the pace. We're going to go back on that roller coaster. We're going to pick up the pace. Here we go. Tap. Tap and 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 tap. Okay, so let's get our muscles going with our upper body here. We're going to do some bicep curls. Tap and tap. Tap and tap. Tap and tap. And tap. And tap. And tap. And tap. So we're going to do the same thing that we usually do. We're going to do 2 times on one side, then 2 times on the other leg. We're going to go up to 3, then to 4, and work our way back down. So no arms, just our legs for now. We'll add the arms a little bit later with the second round. So here we go 2 times. 1 and 2. 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 Now we're doing 3. 1, 2, 3. Change it here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now we're doing 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Change it here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and now we're doing 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now we're doing 2. 1 and 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 alternate. 1 foot and the next. 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 All right. So we're going to try that one more time, going from 1 to 4. We're going to go a little bit faster through each stage, but we're also going to add some bicep curls into there. There we go. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. 2 times. 1 and 2. 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 1 and now we're doing 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. Now we're doing 4. 1, 2, 3 and 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 4. Now we're doing 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now we're doing 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1, 2. 1 and 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 alternate. 1 foot and the next. 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 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Alright, march it out. Whew, almost at that 15-minute mark here, gang. 6 minutes to go. Alright, so how can we change it up from here? We've done some marching, so we're bringing our knees up high. We've done some heel taps, which is bringing your feet out in front. So now, we're going to go to stepping to the side. So no arms, just our legs. So let's step out and back, out and back. Step to the side and back, side and back, side and back, and back, and back. Alright, so shall we try and add some arms into this? Why not? So we'll swing our arms to the side. If you could bring your hands up to shoulder height, that would be ideal. Swinging both arms. So from a standing position, it's going to look like this. What else could we do with our hands? Well, when we're doing side steps like this, we could always do what's called a modified jumping jack. So your arms will both go out to the side, just like this. So it's like a jumping jack, not quite though. We're always going to have 1 foot on the ground here, maintaining our balance. Okay, shall we try and pick up the pace? Finish this cardio section off with a bang? Okay, here we go. Side and side, side and side. Side to side, side to side. Alright, let's go a little bit faster. Side to side, side to side, side to side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just our legs. Okay. Side to side, side to side, to side. So whenever you're doing standing to these classes, you're also working on your balance. That's a good thing. We want to be able to challenge ourselves. We want to be able to stay upright. So the more you can stand, the better it is. For those of you that are in a chair full time and you're still able to do these classes, right on. It's actually harder, so you're getting more out of it. Side to side, side to side, side to side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. March it out. All right, gang. Well, we are just about done our cardio section here. March and march, march and march, march and march, march and march. All right, sun's out, starting to get a little bit toasty here. I gotta lose the long sleeve shirt. Keeping on moving. So yes, we still have that super walk going on. Saturday, September the 12th, less than a month away. How are you doing with your pledges? What works best for you? Phone calls? Emailing? Word of mouth? I'd love to hear from you guys. Find which way is most effective for you. March, march, march in, march. March, 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 march. March, march, march in, march. March, 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 march. Okay, no arms, just our legs. All right, so now we're getting into our cardio cool down here. So it's going to be a slower march. All right, so from here, we are going to stand still. You're going to raise your arms up to shoulder height and down. Make a fist when you get to the top and down. Working on our grip strength at the same time here. And back, shoulder height, and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. One arm only, forward and back. Other arm, forward and back. So the purpose of our cardio cool down here is to bring your heart rate down, bring your breathing rate down, getting all that oxygenated blood that we've breathed in during our cardio section here to different parts of our body. To your hands, to your wrists, to your ankles, most importantly, to your brain. Very important you keep your head held high above the level of your heart. And back. And back. Okay. We're just going to tap and tap. Tap. And tap. Tap. And tap, tap, and tap. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're going to swing our arms to the side. Nice and slow, very purposeful. There we go. One arm only. And other arm now. From here, we're just going to do stationary heel taps. tap, 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 tap. All right. Tap, 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 tap. Changing feet. Tap, 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 and tap. Tap, 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 tap. All right, from here we're gonna tap our toes. Other foot. All right. Guess what, gang? We are done. We finished our cardio warm-up. We finished our cardio. We just finished our cardio cool down. Now we're going to be getting into our strength training. So if you do have some hand weights, or if you have cans of beans, you have any sort of resistance, that's good. We're going to be working with that right off the bat. So we are going to work on our upper body to start off with. We're going to work on our bicep curls here. Our biceps are the top part of our arm, the front part as well. These are our lifting, our flexing muscles that we're going to be doing. These are our larger muscles in our arms. So we're going to do some bicep curls to start off with. Excuse me, when we're doing our bicep curls, it's important that we think about our posture. We keep our core nice and solid, really kind of tight. We're going to keep our elbows to our side, our palms are facing forward. We're going to bring our hands up and down. If you don't have any hand weights, that's fine, you don't need them. Up and down. Here's 3. And down. 4. Here's 5. 6. All right. Relax a second. Shake out those muscles. We're going to do one more set of 6 repetitions. So with these classes, we typically do 2 sets of 6 repetitions. And we're going to be entering our number 6 here again. Thinking of your posture, elbows tight to your body, palms facing forward. We're going up, 2, 3, and down, 2, 3. Up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3, up, and down, up, down, one more, up, and down, there we go. From here we're going to do some straight arm light raises in the front. So we're going to be working our deltoids a lot on this one here. So you'll see that I am sitting up nice and straight. My palms are facing towards my body. I've got the cans of tomatoes facing, just hanging down. I'm going to bring my arm to shoulder height. And down. We're doing 6. That's 1. Here's 2. 3. 4. 5. And 6. Relax a little bit here and shake it out. We're going to do one more set of 6 repetitions. And then from there we're going to work on our lower body. So again, think of your posture, sitting up nice and straight. Palms are facing towards your body. Bringing your hand up for a count of 3. And down. Very slow, very purposeful. Here's 2. 3. 4. 5. And 6. All right, so that's going to be it for our upper body training for today, for strength training. So strength training is really important if you are living with Parkinson's disease. it's we're hopefully going to be creating some more muscle fibers there. And the theory is the more muscle fibers that you have, the more dopamine is going to be made available to send the messages between your muscles and to your brain, and hopefully fight the bradykinesia that some of you are living with. Okay, so now we're going to do the tough thing. We're going to do our sit to stand. So when we're doing our sit to stands, we like to have our feet wider than our shoulders so you have a nice solid foundation below you. As you can see, I'm sitting up nice and straight. I'm bringing my butt towards the end of the chair. I'm going to stand straight up, 2, 3, and down, 2, 3. So I'm not bending over, I'm shooting my butt back. We're doing 6. Here, we go. 1, 2, 3, and down, 2, 3. It's tougher going down than it is going up. Up, and down, up. If you're able to do 6, that's great. If you can only do 1, or you can only do 2, that's okay. It's not a competition. And 2 more. Last one. And down. Woo-wee. Yes, definitely feel that in your quadriceps. These are the muscles at the front of your top part of your leg here. Also feel it in your glutes, and you should feel it in your hamstrings as well. We're going to try and attempt another 6. I'll give you a profile shot, so I'll show you how I want you to shoot your butt back. I'm not leaning over. It's more just shooting your butt to the back here. Setting up nice and straight. Feet are nice and wide. If you need to use the arm rails on your chair, by all means you can use that. If you don't have to use them, try not to use them. We're going to try another 6, gang. Here we go. Down. See how I shoot my butt out to the back? Here's 2. 3. Halfway there. 4. 5. And 6. Woo-wee, definitely feel that one. Okay, we are now going to do a knee raise and extension. I'm going to demonstrate this from a seated position, but I'm going to do it from a standing position. So what we're going to be asking you to do is lifting your knee up, foot out, back, and down. From a standing position, it's going to look like this. I'm going to have a chair to hang on to here, just for a little bit extra stability. Lengthening my posture. Goes up, out, back. And we're doing 4 per leg. That's 1. Here's 2. Out, back, down. Here's 3. Out, back, down, and 4. Out, back, and now what we do to one side, we're going to do to the other. I'm going to do my other leg here. Swivel my chair around. Here we go. Up, out, back, down. That's 1. Here's 2. Out, back, down. Here's 3. Out, back, and down, and 4. Out, back, and down. Going back to the other foot now. This is our second set of 4 repetitions. Up, out, back, down. That's 1. Here's 2. Out, back, and down, and 3. Up, out, back, and down, and 4. Up, out, back, and down. Other leg. Last set. Here we go. Up, out, here's 2. Out. Back. And 3. Up. Out. Back. And 4. Up. Out. Back. And down. Alright, so from there, what we're going to do is we are going to do our calf raises. So I'll demonstrate standing up, but I'm going to do these sitting down. For a calf raise, I'm just going to hang on to my chair, and I'm going to be going up on my tiptoes and down from a seated position. It'll be the same motion. Thinking of your posture, sitting up nice and straight. We're going to go up on our toes and down. That's 1. Here's 2. Up on your toes and down. Here's 3. We're doing 6. Down. Here's 4. And 5. And 6. Alright, so from there we are going to do our Kegel exercises. So when we're doing our Kegel exercises, we're going to engage that muscle that we use to when you have to go to the washroom, when you have to go pee and you need to stop that flow of pee. It's a deep muscle. It's in your abdominal core here. You're almost like lifting up your abdominal wall to stop that flow. As we get older, these muscles become weaker. A lot of people have been sitting down for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours a day of their job, and your core muscles become weak. When your core muscles become weak, your back starts to overcompensate, and that's when you start getting back pain. So it's really important that we work on our abdominal core, sitting up nice and straight. Sometimes it helps to close your eyes to try and engage this muscle. So you're going to engage, you're going to be tightening, lifting your abdominal wall up and out. Holding it there. And relax. Let's try that again. Engage. And relax. And it might not be very sexy, but that's aging. So we're going to engage that muscle, hold it nice and tight. And relax. Last one. Engage. Hold it there. And relax. Alright, so from here we're going to work on our balance. We just finished our strength training, so now we're going to work on our balance. We're going to do a one-legged stand. When I'm asking you to do a one-legged stand, it's nice to have a chair nearby that you can have a chair to hang on to, at least to have a hand on the wall if you don't have a chair. You'll be standing on one leg. This is a static balance that we're working on here. Down, other leg, up, holding it there. Down. If you need to make it a little bit more challenging, you can just have a finger on the chair, standing on one leg. Down, other leg, and then just having a finger on the chair there. If you need to have two hands on the chair, by all means have two hands on the chair. And down. And for those of you that need it even more challenging, you can let go of the chair. It's good to have it nearby in case you need to hang on to, though. Holding it there. Other side. More challenging for yourself. Okay, and from here we're going to shift our weight from side to side. So I'm going to shift my weight to this side over here. As you can see, I've got my toe on the ground. Sticking your arms off to the side does help out with your balance. Shifting your weight to one side. And now the other. Toe on the ground, shifting your weight to the side. Go back the other way. For those of you that need the extra challenge, you can bring your foot up off the ground. If you need to hang on to a chair, by all means hang on to a chair. If you need to have your toe on the ground, have your toe on the ground. Shifting to the other side. My toe up off the ground. Okay, one more time each side. And back the other way. Okay, from here we are going to walk the line. We're going to do our Johnny Cash. So pretend that there's an imaginary line in front of you. You're going to have one foot in front of the other. Simply going to walk on that line, challenging yourself. And now let's walk back. We're going to walk forward again, walking on that line. And walking back. Alright, so from there, let's get into a little bit of our flexibility training. We're going to work on some stretching here. I'm going to do this from a seated position. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to stretch my triceps. So the top part, the back side of my arm. So I'm going to just reach up and I'm going to grab my elbow, bringing my arm in tight to my body like this. Stretch my arms out nice and wide, so it's stretching up my chest. Other arm, grabbing my elbow, bringing it tight to my body, stretching my triceps. Nice and wide again. Hold that stretch. Feels really, really good. This time I'm going to give myself a bear hug, crisscrossing my arms one way. See how far back you can get your fingers? Nice and wide again. Hold it there. We're going to give ourselves one last bear hug, except you're going to crisscross your arms the other way. The other arm is on top. Again, see how far back you can get your fingers. Nice and wide. Okay, now we're going to put our chin to our chest. Just a nice stretch. Hold it there. Ideally, you want to hold each stretch for about 30 seconds in duration. For the purpose of this class, though, we're keeping it a little bit shorter. Head in neutral position. We're going to do a shoulder check this way. Just a nice, slow, gentle stretch. Head to neutral. Looking over this way. Neutral. Now we're going to drop our ear to our shoulder. You should feel the stretch along the outside of your neck. Head to neutral. Other ear to your other shoulder. Hold that stretch. Head back to neutral. Okay, we're going to work on our Parkinson specific exercises now. So let's do our tongue exercises first. So we're going to stick our tongue out and up. Tongue back in. Now we're going to stick our tongue out and down. Stick your tongue out and to that side. Back in, out, and to that side. Now we're going to work on our eyes. We're going to look straight up and back. Our little eye muscles, those need exercising too. And straight down. Stick our eyes, turn our eyes that way, keep your head neutral. Eyes back to neutral, and the other side. Now we're going to work on our vowels. A, E, I, O, U. I would definitely recommend doing this in front of a mirror so you can see the shape of your lips. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. One more time. A, E, I, O, U. All right. So now let's, we're going to work on our fingers. So we often overlook these muscles. These muscles are really important for when we're tying shoes or doing zippers. Grabbing things like holding on to your toothbrush. So yes, we do definitely have to work on our little muscles in our fingers here. Do index, middle, ring, pinky. Again, index, middle, ring, pinky. One more time. Index, middle, ring, pinky. And we're going to do a great big smile, working on that Parkinson mask. Great big smile. There you go. Hold it, hold it, hold it. We're going to drop our jaw, working on our muscles that are going to help us chew our own food. Great big smile again, that Parkinson mask. There you go. Great big smile. Open up nice and wide. And that's it. We finished it up, gang. That was a great class today. I really want to thank you for participating in today's class. Yeah, let's not forget that we have the Parkinson Canada Super Walk. It is on Saturday, September the 12th. Let's hope for a really nice day from coast to coast to coast. And if you can, take some pictures of who you're walking with and where you're walking, and then be able to share that with Parkinson Canada so that we feel connected, that we feel together as one. Of course, if you haven't yet registered, the easiest way for you to do so is to go to the website, which is www.superwalk.ca. All the information you need to get started is there. If you want to join a team, if you want to start a team, by all means join a team or start a team. There's a lot of power in being a part of a team. If you don't have access to the internet, you can always call 1-800-565-3000. Alejandro is just nothing short of a little gem. He will help you get registered, help you get on your way. We also have the Walk in a Box this year. The Walk in the Box this year is a tool that's designed to help you plan, promote, and celebrate this Super Walk. So there's a virtual Super Walk that you can download. There's a kit, and for those of you that want, you can get your hands on a hard Super Walk, Walk in a Box. And you're going to have posters in there, you're going to have bandanas in there so you can feel part of a team. You're going to have all the guides to help you get registered and to be able to collect some pledges. So with that, gang, I will see you at the next class, which is going to be on Thursday morning. You know the time starts at 8 o'clock a.m. Central Time. That's 9 a.m. Eastern, 10 o'clock in Atlantic, Canada, and in Saskatchewan, Alberta. That is 7 o'clock in the morning, and in beautiful BC at 6 o'clock in the morning. So until then, gang, I'll see you. Take care. Bye-bye.